Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Lynn and I'm Pretty Papercrafts 67. How is everybody today? It's a little bit bleak today, a little bit overcast. Totally different to yesterday, but anyway, we will carry on. So I've been making a bunch of ephemera, just for no reason, just lots and lots of ephemera, and I wanted something to house pieces in. So I made this really simple little folio yesterday, and I thought I would share it with you because it is such a simple little project, but it can be really embellished up to be quite elaborate and quite a nice little piece to house bundles of ephemera in. I'm going to be using, it's a Uniquely Creative Rustic 9, or what is it called, Industrial Edge. I bought this paper some time ago and I've never used it. I've been hoarding it because I love it. So because I like to do the Tim Holtz style with a lot of the paper dolls and things like that, I thought this paper worked really well with Tim Holtz inspired ephemera. I've just ink dyed a piece of plain coloured sari to make a tie, and I've just done a whole lot of embellishing there's a ticket pack that comes with this, or that is a add-on to this paper pack. So I've used all the different tickets and just made a collage and built it up and then put a piece on the top. So we'll put one together because I've still got this whole bundle here to house, and I think I need a second one. So it's such a simple, easy process. Yeah, very beginner friendly. So let's get on and get one made. So it's a 12 by 12 sheet of scrapbooking paper, and I would probably suggest you use a double-sided piece, but if you don't have double-sided, that's fine, because you can always, once your folio is made, you can always come back and cut panels to fit in these areas. So not necessary, but probably just saves you a step if you have some double-sided paper. So I'm just going to cut that branding strip off the bottom like that, and that doesn't have anything on it, so we'll throw that one away. All right, so really all we're going to do is very easy. I'm just bringing in my scoreboard, and I'm just using my scoreboard because then I know my scores will be straight. So I'm just going to put it into my scoreboard, and I'm going to make 3 score lines, and that is that. So we're going to score at 4 inches. I'm going to go over and score again at 8 inches. So 4 inches, 8 inches, and then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to score again at 4 inches. And that is that. That's that for the scoring completely done. And now I'm just going to fold on my score lines and give it a really nice tight burnish. Really nice and tight on every one of those score lines. Like that, and we're going to do the same with this one here. All right. So that's basically the crux of the folio, and you fold and you fold. So this here, because I've scored in equal sections 4 and 8, this here is a little tight. So what I'm going to do at this stage, I'm just going to come back in and cut around about 1/4 inch approximately, just off this right hand edge. Just eyeballing. So that's how much I'm going to cut off. That might only be 1/8 inch. Just enough for you to be able to fold your folio without this page gripping onto the other one. So if you look, there's your score. There's your score mark, and I've just cut the paper just that 1/8 inch or so shorter. All right, so that's the folio, but this is quite bulky through here. So as you can imagine, these are going to be pockets in the folio. So I just want to remove this bulkiness through here. Now, a little trick, if you find that really hard to see, like we've got very low light here today, so it's a little hard for me to see. So I'm just going to ink down these two scored sections here, and that's just a guide for me. Now they've just become a little easier. And I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut on either side of these score marks to create a little space in the center. And I'm just going to try and get this as level and straight as I can. And we're just cutting up to that first score mark. All right, so that's one side of that first score mark cut, and now I'm going to come in and cut on my second side. And it's just a hair. It's just really not much at all. So that's that one. See, it's just this little piece here. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Just cut on either side of that score line. And again, we'll cut it down this side. Just trying to keep it as straight as possible. All right, so then I'm going to fold those three pockets up, bring these, and you could tear that. I'm just going to trim them off with my craft knife just so that they remain nice and sort of straight. But you could just tear those off. There's not much to them. So yeah, that's all that we have is just this tiny little strip. And then that allows some room in between each pocket and allows that to fold over really nice and flat. Now for my pockets, you could do anything you wanted here. This is where personal choice comes in. But what I have done in my original one, I'll just bring it back in and show you. So I have made a diagonal fold in the center and just two pockets on either side. So to do that, all I have done is I've taken the middle pocket here and I've just folded it over. Now I haven't folded it right to the bottom edge. I've kind of, oops, losing stuff off the table. I've kind of left about 1/4 of an inch border, and I don't really have a reason as to why I've done that. It felt, as I was folding, that just felt where it should be. It felt comfortable. So give that a really nice tight burnish down there, and that creates the diagonal fold. Now you could leave it exactly like that, but I just wanted to reinforce these pockets a little bit because you know you're going to be putting in bulky amounts of ephemera, so I just wanted the tops of these pockets to be reinforced just a little bit. So all I've done there is I have scored again, and for this I'm just going to use my ruler. So I'm going to use my grid mat also. So I'm just leveling the top of that pocket up. I'll just fold back for now. And I'm just leveling that up onto any line. And I'm just going, I think it's 1 inch, 2 lines on my mat is 1 inch, or it might be 1/2 inch, or it's about 3/4 of an inch. There you go. So I'm going to just score both these pockets at, let's say 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to do the same with this one. On my mat it is two sections, but measuring it, it's 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to line that up nice and straight, score that there, and then bring it back in, fold along there and give it a nice tight burnish. Fold this one and give it a nice tight burnish. And then there you've got 2 pockets and that, and the middle. Now again, it's 3/4 of an inch taller. So again, I'm just going to bring that back in, level that up with one of the lines on my mat, and cut it at that second spacing, the 3/4 of an inch mark down. Cut that little tip off just like that. And then you'll have your 3 pockets that will all line up nicely for height. And then simply, I'm just going to take my glue and I am just going to glue these sections down just to make the tops of those pockets really nice and sturdy, so that you don't have to worry about tearing your pocket when you are pulling your ephemera in and out. That one down there. And the last pocket. Like that. And so now all your pockets are nicely reinforced. I have come in with my sewing machine and I have sewn around the pockets. Again, all of that is very personal choice. I have also sewn around the completed folio. Again, if you like sewing, if you like that look, it's very easy just to zip around with the sewing machine. So I'm not going to actually stick my pockets down at the moment because I will want to come in and sew. But once your sewing was done, then I will glue this section down. I will glue that section down, this edge here and this edge here. So I would apply glue to this section, and this section. And then I will sew around with my sewing machine. But if you weren't sewing, then all you need to do is apply your glue to either side of each pocket and put it into and bring it up into place. And there you have it, a very simple, I guess it's a trifold folio. Yeah, fun to make. They look pretty in a floral too. I did one in a floral paper. I just don't have it handy. And then, you know, sky's the limit for embellishing. So a really, really simple beginner-friendly project. But I just remember when I started paper crafting way back when, things like folios and junk journals and mini albums, they really confused me in the beginning. So it wasn't until I really understood my measurements and the way that sort of I watched many YouTube tutorials on different projects. So once I understood terms and paper measurements, inches, I was brought up to learn centimeters at school, but I relate better to inches. So once I started to learn all of that, then I could actually complete projects myself. So if anyone is a little daunted on how to make a little trifold folio, it's as easy as that. So I thought I'd just jump on and share that with you. And now I can go ahead and house the rest of my ephemera into my new folio. And the pocket sizes, they're really decent for, I've got, two. I've got 2 pieces in each pocket. And I would still have room for more. And it doesn't bulk too much when you go to close it up. So there you go, guys. I hope that that's helpful and interesting. Yeah, just quick little craft. All right, please enjoy your day. Stay safe and well, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.